Hello everyone, I'm back once again and I hope to bring some more interesting stuff on architecture this time. I could not make videos in previous days because I was busy completing my thesis for my masters, but now that I'm back, I'll definitely bring something good. I got great feedback for my previous videos and I hope the positive trend continues this time as well. A lot of my students understand English only and a lot of my students understand Hindi only, so I'm going to make these videos inclusive for everyone. So I'm going to stick to English, which is Hindi plus English. A lot of my students gave me messages where they were asking me different topics which they want me to talk about, and उनमें से एक ऐसा टॉपिक निकल के आया जो बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स के मैसेजेस में कॉमन था, और वो था कॉन्सेप्ट डेवलपमेंट. Now, concept development is considered rocket science in architecture, and I understand that because it is the way it is taught to students, it becomes very complex. I'm going to talk about certain easy methods which can help you master the skill of concept development. So what I've done is I have derived 10 easy methods that can help you to develop concept for architecture, interior designing, landscape development, built environment, and even for urban designing if you want to specialize in that field. Now, how would we go about this concept development skill in these videos? I'm going to divide this small course module of concept development into two modules or two videos. The first module will talk about 5 methods to develop concept, and the other video will talk about the remaining 5 methods. So total there are going to be 10 methods that can help you master the skill of concept development. I hope you really like these videos. So amongst those 10 methods, the 5 methods will be discussed in this video, and the first method that can help you in developing the skill of concept development is the expected user's personality. This is really important because the first time you meet a client, it is very important for you to understand that person, and a lot of time the person himself or herself gives certain ideas which can lead to the final concept. For example, let's say there is a person and you're developing a house for that person in a chaotic place like Varanasi, and the person likes seclusion, silence and peace. अब जब हम वाराणसी की बात करते हैं तो वाराणसी में बहुत हाई अमाउंट ऑफ सेंसरी इनपुट्स हैं. सेंसरी इनपुट्स, पहले तो इस वर्ड को थोड़ा सा डिकोड कर देता हूँ मैं. सेंसरी इनपुट्स, फॉर एग्जांपल जब आप चांदनी चौक जाते हैं या कोई भी ऐसी जगह जाते हैं जहाँ बहुत भीड़ है और बहुत ज़्यादा कलरफुल विजुअल्स हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा शोर शराबा है. पहला सेंस था विजुअल सेंस, लॉट ऑफ कलर्स, लॉट ऑफ टेक्सचर्स. दूसरा था साउंड सेंस, यू हियर लॉट ऑफ साउंड्स फ्रॉम पीपल. तो सेंसरी इनपुट्स बहुत ज़्यादा है, एंड डेफिनेटली अगर आप और डीप जाएंगे तो आप देखेंगे वहाँ टच के भी बहुत सारे इनपुट्स हैं, बिकॉज यू आर टचिंग थिंग्स देयर, एंड ऑल दीज इनपुट्स कंट्रीब्यूट टू द amount of sensory inputs which can be really chaotic for a person. And when you develop something, when you develop a space in a place like that, the way you deal with this idea in concept development can be diversified into two methods. For example, either you choose to complement the house with the existing sensory inputs. For example, आपका house भी उतना ही loud, colorful, texture based हो सकता है जितना कि बाकी सारी चीज़ें हैं वहाँ पे, या फिर आप चूज़ कर सकते हैं जो expected user यानी जो client है आपका वो आपको बता रहा है, which is that he wants a peaceful house. And because the first point is expected user's personality, so you would want to give him that amount of peace in his house. So you would reduce the textures, you would reduce the color, reduce the sensory inputs that he's feeling in the area around. So the first method to develop a concept would be to understand the expected user's personality. If you do that well, तो concept वहीं से develop होना शुरू हो जाएगा. I'm sure you would be able to grasp what he really wants and convert that into built reality, and that is what concept development is really about. बहुत बार हमें ऐसा लगता है कि कॉन्सेप्ट डेवलपमेंट इज ओनली अबाउट टेकिंग अ फॉर्म. नो, इट्स ऑल्सो अबाउट टेकिंग एन आइडिया, आइडियल, अ प्रिंसिपल, अ इमोशन. हियर द इमोशन इज सिक्लूजन फ्रॉम द रेस्ट ऑफ केओस इन दैट प्लेस. बाहर के भीड़ भड़के से बिल्कुल अपने आप को अलग करना. दैट कैन बी द कॉन्सेप्ट. नाउ इस भीड़ भड़के को अलग करने के लिए क्या विजुअल इमेजेस आपके दिमाग में आते हैं कैन ऑल्सो हेल्प यू to develop a conceptual form. For example, maybe a shell is a protective membrane for that insect, तो maybe the shell becomes the concept. अब उस shell को जब हम built reality में बदलेंगे तो ज़रूरी नहीं है कि आप literally उसे shell ही बना देंगे. हो सकता है shell का concept, the idea of wrapping around becomes the idea. And how do you wrap around? Maybe you give a jali screen, a lattice screen, then a wall. That you can also take climatology into consideration while developing that, because maybe you want insulation in such weather. So this is how you develop concept based on the expected user's personality. Now you must also be understanding why I am taking 5 methods only this time, because each concept will be discussed, each point will be discussed in detail. Second point is the context of the product and space. Again, taking the same example of वाराणसी. अगर मैं घर बना रहा हूँ वाराणसी में और मैं चाहता हूँ कि वो घर वाराणसी से अलग हो या वाराणसी के सारे वातावरण के साथ मिलता जुलता हो, तो दोनों ही केसेस में मैंने ये ज़रूर कंसिडर किया कि कॉन्टेक्स्ट क्या है. कॉन्टेक्स्ट इज़ कि हम किन चीज़ों को ध्यान में रख के कहाँ पर उसको बनाएं. Now a lot of time people think that context is only applicable in terms of house, but it can be applicable for a commercial building as well. For example, अगर मैं commercial building बना रहा हूँ, let's say a call center in Rajasthan, and I am thinking कि commercial building की जो image है वो हमेशा it's a glass building with steel frame, aluminium frames, alco panels, वही image है और वही हम translate कर देंगे. That might be stupidity, because you're not understanding the climatic context of that place. Probably you might want to change the definition of a commercial building by using sandstone, by using something which is vernacular there, जो climatologically भी help करेगा और जो उस जगह की culture को भी बहुत ज़्यादा बाहर निकालेगा या उभारेगा. Now I am not going to talk about culture in this video, but definitely that also inspires you to develop a concept. So when I am talking about context of the product or a space, it is very important, because किस जगह में हम उस चीज़ को डेवलप कर रहे हैं वो बहुत सारे इन्फ्लुएंसेस क्रिएट करता है उस प्रोडक्ट के डेवलपमेंट. फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर मैं एक घर बना रहा हूँ केरला में और दूसरा घर बना रहा हूँ गोवा में, दे माइट बी वेरी डिफरेंट डिस्पाइट बोथ ऑफ देम बीइंग अ कोस्टल स्टेट इन इंडिया. So the difference is definitely going to be there, not only on the basis of culture, but on the basis of the context where it is being developed. So that plays a very, very important role. Third point is my personal favorite method of developing a concept, and it is WIT. Now what is WIT? W-I-T. So the whole postmodern era is all about WIT. So WIT is, for example, let's say is almost borderline clever. Let's say there's a person and you want to develop an interior for that person, and the person likes rustic metallic things, and there are gear parts, and amidst of that gear parts or amidst of that metallic look that you're creating of that person, the witty person would try to incorporate that with something which is not expected in that place. Like for example, amidst of those gear parts, machinery parts, you might want to add greenery, you might want to add something which is not expected there. That is witty. For example, if let's say the person wants is really keen on putting historical elements in the room, let's say he wants a jali pattern inspired from some mandir in Rajasthan, और वो जाली का पैटर्न आप मेटालिक स्टील फिनिश में या क्रोम प्लेटेड फिनिश में क्रिएट करते हैं. नाउ दैट लुक्स एक्सट्रीमली मिनिमल, दैट लुक्स एक्सट्रीमली the classical modern, and at the same time it is reminder of reminiscent of the historical the historical idea of Rajasthan. So that also plays a very important role in concept development. That sometimes it's important to be witty, combine unusual things, combine mud with steel, combining something which is witty, so combining something which is not expected to be there. That is also a method of concept development. Fourth method is historical reference, because I already mentioned a bit about it in the previous point. Wait, historical reference क्या होता है? For example, अगर मैं वाराणसी का एग्जाम्पल लेता हूँ, अगर वाराणसी में वो घर वाला जो हम डिस्कस कर रहे थे पहले, अगर उसी घर को डेवलप कर रहे हैं, तो द पर्सन माइट वांट टू टेक रेफरेंस फ्रॉम द हिस्ट्री ऑफ वाराणसी, or even if you don't want to take any reference from Varanasi's historical architecture, even for that consideration you consider that Varanasi is there. यानी अगर आपको ब्लैक बैकग्राउंड में वाइट डॉट बनना है, कॉन्ट्रास्ट में सामने आना है, तो उसके लिए भी आपको ये कंसिडर करना तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि पीछे ब्लैक बैकग्राउंड है, उसके बिना वाइट की कोई एग्जिस्टेंस नहीं है. सो इट्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट यू कंसिडर्ड the historical reference as well. You want to choose to pick that history up in your concept or not is your choice, but definitely historical reference can have a lot of importance. Now for example, when we talk about historical references, we also think that for example, if I pick up a historical element from Europe and bring that in India, and I have delivered history to you, but the client is not able to relate to that. You have to be very very sensitive to that. Why I am saying this is because there was one instance where I was walking with my students, and we visited a dining hall which was lavishly done in Rococo style, European style, and when we sat there, I asked my students that do you want this kind of dining hall in your house? They said that it's very beautiful, but still we are not able to relate to this. This is something that we would want to see in a restaurant rather than in our home. It does not feel homely. So although you are considering historical, something which is historical and beautiful, but at the same time you're not able to correlate the history of the client and the history of the product that you are delivering to that client. So it's very very important that even historical referencing is done properly in relation to the client. And the fifth and the last point that I'm going to discuss about concept development is again a very important word: intuition.